Anne Marie Perone, followed by Karen Booten.
Governor Malloy, Lieutenant Governor Lyman. Thank you for your commitment to affordable housing in Connecticut. However, senior housing is in crisis. The waiting lists for affordable senior housing are years long, years. We have people living in tents, we have people living in cars. These are our seniors. They're going to get progressively longer because we have the addition of the baby boomers to our senior population. The State of Connecticut 2010-15 Consolidated Plan for Housing and Community Development, as well as the Tax Credit Qualified Allocation Plan, makes no mention of a plan for the future of senior housing in Connecticut. The funds needed to build additional affordable housing, senior housing for residents in the 25 to 60% median income market must be in the form of grants or tax credits. You cannot pay a mortgage when your residents are paying $350 for rent. You can't afford to pay the maintenance costs, the administrative costs, etc., etc. Not when the residents are paying rents based on their income, and they are fixed incomes for seniors. The rural areas of Connecticut also need to be looked at as an area to build affordable senior housing. I'm not quite sure why a property built in a city next to a train station with 3 bedrooms has a preference. In Connecticut and Stafford, for instance, a 1-bedroom for our senior or disabled individuals where we have a bus to provide transportation needs should have the same preference. Please further your affordable housing commitment to the senior and disabled residents of Connecticut by making affordable senior housing a priority in the consolidated plan, as well as the tax credit qualified allocation plan. I understand that there's a comment period. I was there for the QAP comment period. No one listened. No one listened. We showed 6 other qualified allocation plans where senior housing was a priority for 6 different states. Connecticut has those same residents. They're here in this room. They're senior and disabled. We need to talk about that. Thank you for allowing me this time.
Sure. I'm happy to be with you and don't disagree with the things that you're saying. We are funding senior housing, congregate housing in particular. Wasn't on your list of things, but I funded the first congregate housing project in 13 years in the state of Connecticut. After the prior administrations had done away with congregate housing, I stress congregate housing because it's the best way to keep people out of nursing homes. And most of those folks are either disabled or seniors, but require a level of assistance. Our supportive housing complexes are eligible, our seniors are eligible too. I don't think we have quite the same, particularly in perhaps, and this is maybe a difference in urban environments, we don't actually see as big a difference as you might see in a non-urban setting. So when we build affordable housing in a community that is welcoming and opening to it, and that's not everywhere, those units they don't discriminate based on age. That used to be a structure and used to be part of Connecticut's plan. And it isn't because it really has relatively little applicability to urban environments nowadays. But I also understand that there are communities that don't want to do anything but senior housing. And perhaps figuring out how to make that work more broadly makes sense. And so I'll take a look at it and I'll talk to Yvonne Klein, the Commissioner.
Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And you know, let's just, as you know, we're putting a lot more money into affordable housing. And I would ask that you not think of housing having a separation between what you're calling senior housing and non-senior housing, particularly in an urban environment.
My only issue with that is if you do look at the consolidated plan and in the QAP, they do give preferential treatment for 3+ bedrooms, which you'll never see in senior housing,
Right.
or urban areas, which again, a lot of your seniors don't want to be in urban areas.
But yeah, and again, I want to do both, so we're not debating this, but we have a lot of homeless people in those urban environments, including large numbers of children, and that's why that's a particular preference point. As you probably get, that's why one of the reasons we have that. But I want to do both, so we can talk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next speaker,